we typically start off these conversations talking about, catalytic moments. And I know you've had a couple of them that really have informed the work that you put out into the world and your journey as a intuitive channel, as a somatic bodywork expert, and Kundalini facilitator. So I would love for you to just share your story.
Sure. It's so interesting because as this sort of ever evolving being that we all are, I've realized that transformation is never just one thing. Like I feel like I've had so many different transformations and so many different versions of myself and so many catalytic moments. And I think the two big ones for me really started with my physical healing journey. I really started in that space of having chronic illness, dealing with chronic pain for, I would say, about 10, 15 years now. I've had several back surgeries. I really started out with trying to figure out what was happening in my body. And as I was going through that journey and getting diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis, which is inflammatory arthritis, as I started to
Mm.
get these diagnoses and Lyme disease and all these other things, I started to move into the spiritual space. I feel like I was like, oh, I'm spending all this time in the physical space, and now I need to move into the spiritual space and connect the dots, right? That there's really more than just the clinical side of things. So, as I was doing all of that, I was also educating myself on health, getting a master's degree in clinical nutrition, taking all of these courses and certifications to really try to find out what my purpose was, which was, to be a natural healer and herbalist and all these different things. And I was really just pushing and pushing and being like, okay, like, why am I here? What am I doing? And then about 2 years ago, the universe stepped in. I had gone outside into a park near my home and I literally put my hands up in the air and I was like, I'm ready. Show me like what I'm here to do. Like, let's do
Wow.
this. And later that day, I lost my corporate marketing job. Literally lost my job. Like, I was let go like a few hours later. And I had been wanting to leave. I don't think I would have done it if the universe didn't step in. Like, but I was like, let's go. Like, I'm ready. And I lost my job and I haven't looked back. I've been working for myself ever since and finally doing what I'm here to do. It was like sink or swim, basically.
Wow. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
full body
Yeah, I have chills
goosebumps.
too. I'm like, yes.
My
Like,
eyes started to water. I think we forget to ask for help and forget
yeah.
that we have so much support around us. Like our angels, our guides are like
Yeah.
fully listening. So that's beautiful. Like that was such a hand of the universe, hand of God moment.
Yeah.
Truly like instantaneously. How
Yeah.
and so right now you're very multidimensional. You have this
Mhm.
herbalism company, you have Nebula Soul. How how do you stay focused, I think, juggling so many different aspects of your business? Like do you have any particular like methodologies or practices to help stay in flow while you're juggling so many different integrative holistic health modalities?
Oh my God, 100%. I would not be here because also, as you had said when we first jumped on before we were recording, I also have a daughter. I have an 8-month-old. So like for me, like being grounded is so important. And I will say that part of it has also been leaning into who I am as a person. Like I love creativity and I thrive in chaos, which I think for some people is like, you have to understand that about yourself and be like, well, I'm just going to ride the wave of all the chaos and be like, this is where I do the best and really learn that about myself. And I would not be anywhere if it wasn't for breath work and
Mm.
the Kundalini energy that I do. I find time to do it every single day. And I am someone who has clients all over who I'm like, you don't have to do self-care every single day, right? Like it's hard to kind of be like, okay, I have to do these practices, but I wouldn't have made it through my pregnancy without breath work, and I wouldn't have made it here from that point till now with the last 8 months without having those practices that I can actually tune into my body
Mm.
and run my own energy and also, really focus on my breath.